Development. Destructive Death Compass Needle.
What's up, fellow collectors? P-Rockzilla back again for another review, and today we're taking a look at a figure. I got in a little late, but I'm happy I finally got him in, and this is the Figma Demon Slayer Akaza, and this is one of the first, I think he was like a tier 3 demon, if I remember correctly, that kind of popped up in the Demon Slayer anime, and was basically one of the cooler demons that they first announced, because when he first showed up, I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the way he looked. But the backstory on this one thing about Demon Slayer I do love, man. This one of the reasons that it's one of my top 5 animes is because you have these demons right here that basically are the villains, and you do want them to go down or get killed. But then when they're about to die or something's gonna happen to them, they reveal their backstory, and you start feeling for them, man. Like you feel like this dude right here, you feel for him from his backstory. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it yet. But once you hear his backstory, you start feeling for him. I forget the name of the other 2 demons from the newer season with the brother and sister. Their backstory is freaking sad. Like, you know, it makes you feel for these guys, and you don't want to when you first see them. So this dude right here is one of my first villains in the Figma line. So definitely happy to have a villain in the Figma line for my display of my Demon Slayer Figma line. So this is definitely going to be a cool figure to add, and I cannot wait to get him out the box. So let's get this review started. Dale. What's up, fellow collectors? Die action. Dale. As always, let's take a look at the box before we get the figure out the box. So it's in the front, you have Akaza right there. The Figma product number 146. Figma Demon Slayer logo right there. Aniplex right there. Wait a minute. Oh shoot, so Aniplex does have something to do with it, because they have the Aniplex Buzz Mod one too. So that's different. I've never seen the Aniplex on the Figma one. Maybe the new ones, when the new ones come in, I'm gonna check, see that Aniplex labels there too. But anyways, got a nice picture right there of Akaza right there. The back, I forgot the name. I'm gonna know the name of this before I get to the portion of the review when I show this. But this was a cool part when he activated this. I wish it lit up. That's the only thing. But anyways, we'll talk about that when we see the figure. But here's a few cool poses you can get the figure in. Legal information I cannot read. Another picture of Akaza right there. Nice picture of Akaza right there with the nice little Frost little logo in the background. The display right there. Another one right there in the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and get Akaza out the box. Now that we got Akaza out the box, let's get the box out the way. Let's take a look at what comes inside the package. And you're agree with 2 layers, actually technically 2.5 layers of clamshell. Top layer has Akaza right there with the different head sculpts. Some of the accessories right here in the bottom. And then this is, if I remember correctly, Destructive Death Compass Needle is what this is called right here. And you have that nice display there, right there. And then the half one I have here is basically the base right there. So there you go. This looks pretty cool, man. I'm definitely going to have mine posed with this. Not sure. I guess I wish it lit up, but we'll see how that looks. All right, let's go ahead and get Akaza out of the package and see everything he does come with in fine detail. So there's Akaza with the Compass Death Destructive Needle displayed, and everything else that he does come with in the package. Now, he doesn't come with much, which is, I guess, it could be both ways, because the fact that he didn't come with much, I actually got him on sale, because he went on sale, so I was able to get him cheaper, so that's a good thing. So yeah, so just go ahead, let's take a look at Akaza. And this guy looks identical to the anime. With those weird, like, he has these stripes here, and then, like, it just looked weird with the pink eyebrows and, like, that way the eyes were on. They looked like they were painted on there, or stickers and stuff, not just actually on there, even on the anime. But yeah, man, this is just like him. Look at the hair. You can see the hair, the color, the tattoo markings all through his body. Right there, gotta make that match up right there. Make that match up right there. OCD kicking in. There he goes. Yeah, man, looks just like him. Like I said, I was never a big fan of him when I first saw him, because wasn't a big fan of the way he looked. Like, he looked like something from like Prince of Persia or something right here, like the little beads around his feet, and like these pants right here. I don't know, just the sash thing right here around him. But let's go ahead and look at the articulation since it does look like him. And I do admit, like I said, between the Figmas, in my opinion, look more of like they kind of do it better where it comes to the anime, more calm look. And then Buzzmod to me does better with like the dynamic stuff. So let's look at the articulation. So my head feels a little restricted. So I don't want to do 360, obviously, for this guy. So he could go sideways. He could look down a decent amount, not much. He could look up. Not much either. I guess this is hindered because of the hair back here. So limited articulation looking up and down. The arms can go. This one's a little different. So it feels like a little limited. This one. I think it's because of the vest. Yeah, see that vest? You got to kind of push it up more if you want to get the shoulders tucked in under that vest. You want to get more articulation in there. But there goes the arms. He barely do a T pose. The elbows are not double jointed, so you don't get double jointed elbows. You're limited on your pose ability right there, so it kind of sucks. Let's see something real quick. So let's see the swivel. So there is swivel at the elbow, as you can see here, and there's swivel at the shoulder, and then the arms can go pretty all the way up. Pretty far up, yeah. This one feels weird, this joint right here. Let me see. I hope nothing breaks on me. I always have QC issues sometimes with my Figmas. Arms can go fully up. Can go all the way back and forward. While we got that there, let's do the waist and the upper chest. Lower chest right here has twist. So you have articulation there. And some at the waist also. He can go very far. Let's bring these arms up real quick. He can go very far back. He can go very far forward. So definitely good articulation there. You can actually see the joint right there. Kind of wish that was hidden better a little bit right there. A little peg or whatever that is. So he does a good, excellent articulation at the waist, I think. As you can see there, basically, look at this. Woo! Look at that. Boy, it's flexible. All right, so then we got the legs. The legs, he could almost do a split. But once again, the pants are hindering the articulation. So he cannot do a full split. The legs can go pretty far forward. Yeah, he can actually do a split this way. Like the Olympic split. Let's see the knees. So the knees do not have double bend either. And it has that weird, funky, like joint revealing right there. So once again, Figma, like, I love the articulation on Figma, but just the joints. I wish they could hide them better sometimes. That does not look good at all right there. So you want to have this guy pose. Basically, I want to show the leg that way. You don't want to show that big gap there. So unless you want to do that, you probably have to limit as much as you pose it, just about that much. All right, so there we go. So there's the legs. Yeah, we did that already. Let's see. So you do get twist at the upper thigh. No twist at the knee. No twist at the shin. This is stuck on there, so you cannot move those beads. And then his feet, let's go to feet. So he can go decent amount up, pretty good far down. And then he does get awesome toe articulation, toe bend. So that's definitely cool for like a fighting scene or a running scene. Or fighting pose or running pose. I'm talking scenes. All right, so there is Akaza with all the articulation. And to swap out the faces real quick, since we have this up here, you basically just, if I remember correctly, you just pull. Does the hair come off? You just pull this off right here. Oh, the bang. Yep. So you pull the bang off. I should have known that Figma's and SH Figures both have the bangs. Pull the bangs out. And then from there, you pull the face off. And there you go. And just put the face back on. Put the bangs on. And there you go. So with that, let's look at his other face sculpts. So he has the more laughing one, which probably would be the one I'm going to use. I'll probably use this laughing one right here. This looks real cool. Look at the teeth in there. The way the teeth are actually sculpted. It's not, you can feel the gap in there. So that's good. Ooh, look at my nails. I got to cut my nails. Wow. Holy smoly. Sorry about that, guys. They just realized that now. Man, I got to get a nail clipper, cut my nails. Anyways, there you go. Cool face. And this is another cool one right here where he's kind of like doing like the more of the. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe this one, these two. All right, so let me see real quick. Both next to each other. I like the eyebrows and the eyes on this one right here. He looks a little more serious there, so I like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be tough, man. But yep. So there's the two different swappable faces. He does come with only 4 swappable hands and 1 extra peg. He does come with the stand. He does come with the base. And what does that say? That says, it says, I can't read that. It's Japanese, just as made in China. And then he does come with this, like I said before. And this is nice. So this actually, there's a foil and then you got to peel the sticker off right here. It's like something right there to peel off. You peel that off. And then this actually goes onto, supposedly you plug the base or stand onto here, the base. And then you see that hole right there where it lines up. From there, you take the stand and plug it into that hole right there to kind of keep the base and this on there safely where it doesn't slide all over the place. And you can use the stand to kind of keep them posed on here. So definitely going to be doing that in the review during the final poses. And of course, you get the Figma baggie. Never really use this, but these are very cool to use if you keep your accessories separate from your box. All right, so there's everything. Not much he comes with, but pretty cool character. And I got him for a good price, like I said. So, all right, let's go ahead and get some size comparison started. And there we have Akaza standard default pose ready for a size comparison. So let's go ahead and bring some figures in and get a good size comparison started. Of course, the first figure, I'm going to keep it in the Figma line. And this is going to be from the Demon Slayer also. And this is Inosuke, my favorite character. Next, I'm going to go ahead and bring another Figma character, and this Figma figure, and this is Kirishima from My Hero Academia. Now let's go ahead and bring a figure from a different line, and this is going to be from the Mesco 112 line, and this is the Mesco 112 Gambit. All right, and last but not least, let's do a 1/6 scale figure, and this is going to be the 3-0 1/6 scale Edward from My Hero. I mean, I'm sorry, not from My Hero Academia, from Full Metal Alchemist. Another cool anime. All right, so there we have Edward, big boy right there on the left side. And here's a good size comparison just in case you have any of these figures in your collection and you want to pick up Akaza and see how he would fit in your collection and in your display. Okay, let's do the final thoughts and final poses. And now I have Akaza stand there, one of his more iconic poses where he's like, yeah, come on, I'm ready for you. Yeah, bring it. So this is what he basically did in the anime, and I did want to basically copy somewhat, mimic a pose from the promo pictures because I like to do that for my reviews just to make sure that I can actually get the figure in that pose that they're trying to promote. And this one was easy to get there. Now, one thing with this figure, I would say his hip and waist joints, on mine at least, are a little loose. Not loose in a bad way, but more like when I try to stand them. If you kind of nudge the leg the wrong way, that whole hip kind of goes to the left a little bit. So with my OCD, you know me, I always have to kind of have everything aligned. So it was a little time consuming to try to get that hip aligned where it's not kind of in an awkward angle. But I was finally able to get it done. And this guy is pretty badass looking when he has something like this, because you kind of see him and think, this dude's not tough, man. He's wearing a freaking vest, no shirt. He's barefooted. He got freaking beads around his ankle. He always wear pink colors and stuff like that. I think he's not going to be a badass name. But man, when he's standing there like this, especially with those tattoos going through his body, he does look cool and somebody I would not want to mess with. So basically just want to get one of these poses. Negative wise, I'm trying to think. The head, when I put this face sculpt on there, it did give me a little bit of a hard time because it didn't fit all the way. So I kind of had to wedge it in there. Only issue I had there, wrists are easy to swap out. Everything else was pretty much easy. He doesn't come with any accessories, so it's not much really to do with him. This is another pose I do see him do in the anime and the mangas and stuff, so I did want to get a different pose. He has a particular pose that he has when he crouches on the floor, one hand on the floor, but with those knees, you can't get that pose accomplished, which is a negative. And let's piggyback off the negatives, including with those knees. As you can see there, I kind of wish the knees were made a little bit better, because you can see the gap there, the seam line right there in the front of the joints, and then as it spins around, you can see that weird freaking gap in the back of the knees, and I do not like that. So the negative with this figure is the fact that the knees are so ugly looking, and they still don't accomplish the full pose that you would want to get with this figure. So my biggest complaint with this figure right now would be those knees. I do wish he did come with more hands. I know he doesn't really do much like weapon wise and look wise in the anime. So I know he is limited on what he was showing in the anime. But man, those knees, those legs should have been able to get posed differently, or at least a lot better, because you cannot even twist the legs going like kind of outwards in the lower waist. So you can't even have them like crouch and spread the legs, because it's not accomplishable. It's not, you can't do it with this figure. So I'm hoping the Buzz Mod one has better articulation at the legs and the knees, because like I said before, those tend to have better posability, and I keep mines in dynamic pose for my Buzz Mod, which you will see in the final pose where I'm gonna have up next, where I have him battling some of the other Demon Slayer characters. I don't have Rengoku, which I just realized now, and I'm mad at myself for not having Rengoku. So I definitely got to pick up Rengoku. Now that I have, why am I stuttering my words? I'm getting too excited. Now that I have this guy in hand, I definitely need to get Rengoku to go with them. So just, I wish those damn legs were better, man. And here we have him accomplishing his destructive death compass needle form, and it looks cool in battle form. Ooh, I may have said that wrong. I'm sorry if I did say it wrong. If I did say it wrong, because it's a mouthful, I will make sure I do the correction in the bottom, but I'm pretty sure I did it right. Akaza looks cool on that effect, and there he is against some of the other Demon Slayer core members right here. Now keep in mind, these are the Buzz Mod ones, not the Figma ones right here. These are the ones I love to keep in more of a dynamic action pose, kind of like this right here. So this is perfect for what I want to accomplish in this scene right here and this final pose. Now, for the figure himself, Akaza's okay. I probably would have wanted more, but going in, I should have known more that the Figma ones are kind of more of the limited on the articulation portion, and the Buzz Mod ones are usually the ones that have more of the dynamic posing. So this review right here, messing around with this figure right here, actually has me intrigued for the Buzz Mod version. I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to do with him, how they're going to get their articulation done. But as far as this one, if you collect the Figma line and don't do the Buzz Mod line, then he looks identical to what you would see in the anime and what you would know for the Akaza character. He is a cool looking character. I love, one thing I did forget is the attention to detail they actually added to the eyes, because he has those Japanese logos, like the symbols in his eyes, and you actually do see it in the figure form, which I kind of forgot when I was doing the, going through articulation and looking at the detail, because he does have them, and that thing is awesome right there. I love the different face sculpts he does come with. Like I said, in the negative part, I wish his knees were better, but he does get the look accomplished and looks awesome with your other Figma characters, especially if you have Rengoku, which I have to get because now I definitely need him, and I'm mad at myself I don't have him yet. But yes, cool figure. Could have been a little bit better with the posing. The joints could have been better also too. And I also did notice, if you look at now on his inner thigh, there is some paint rub from those tassels on the white pants, which definitely you have to be careful with. Keep an eye out when you do have the figure in hand, messing around with the figure, posing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to wipe that stuff off, see if I can get it off there. But come on, Figma, man. I give you guys credit for giving us a cool Demon Slayer representation, but come on, man. You gotta hide those joints a little bit better, man. Look at that thing right there in the back of the knee. It's so ugly. Woo! I don't know. But anyways, cool figure. Good to have. It's hard to say until I get the Buzz Mod one which one is better between the Buzz Mod and the Figma, but I'm happy that they actually gave us some of the demons finally, and I'm really looking forward to the brother and sister when they come out. I know Buzz Mod already announced them, so I'm very intrigued to see if Figma's going to do them. And Figma does tend to have sometimes better effects, so they're both kind of like whatever you want to choose is up to you. But I do enjoy this figure, and I love the Demon Slayer line, so I am collecting both lines, and I'm happy to have this. So I'm gonna have this guy more likely in this dynamic pose right here. I'm gonna keep him just like that. It's gonna be kind of different from my other Figma ones, since they're more of the comedic pose, standard, default pose. But I did enjoy the figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. Click that bell notification. And as always, collectors, keep collecting, stay safe, be good, dale.